Hi my friends! In this video we're gonna continue working on filtering our customers gallery. This time we're gonna filter by role. I'm gonna, for example, search by a person's name, and I would like to find those customers where that name is on any of the sales team members. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is look at how it's gonna be the final result. So here we have the list of customers, and in this section, if we specify a name, for example, Mark Roy, we're gonna look that Mark Roy is the SDR of all of these customers. If we, for example, specify another name like Adriana, we're gonna see that Adriana is the CSR in all of these accounts, right? And we can specify different names and filter by different roles. So let's go back to our application and let's start working on this. First, well, it's important to have a name for each of the controls that we're gonna use. So the txt role filter is the control that we're gonna use. We are gonna insert a leads box, which is gonna be part of the control. This leads box, let me just preview to show you something. We see that it has sample values, and we can select multiple values, but we need to modify that because we actually want to only select one value. But before doing that, let's change the name to LB role filter, and then let's change the property select multiple. Because it's on true, I'm gonna change that to false. Okay, if we preview, we can see that we now only can select one item from the leads box. This is basically what we wanna do. Now let's go to the home screen and let's go to the invisible property. And here we're gonna basically add a couple of we're gonna add some variables. Okay, well, see, let's add this variable. Let me specify the name here. Role filter user, which basically let me put it in blank, but basically this variable is going to be used to store the username that we specify basically in the control, right? And that we can use to filter, and we can add this other variable basically to store if we have selected or not, if we have clicked or not in our leads box. So this is going to store true or false and allow us to show or hide the leads box, right? So if we click on an item, we should hide the leads box. Now let's go to the default value property, the default property of this text box, and we are going to specify the name of the variable we have just created. It's going to store that value. And in the leads box, if we go to the items, we see that we have a leads box sample, right? There are sample values. We are going to change this with this this function. Let me explain you what did I do. Basically, we are verifying here if the txt role filter is not blank, actually if it has a value, and if not equal to the value of the role filter user. So basically, if there is no value on this text box, we're gonna execute a search. So remember that we use our Office 365 users connector. We are searching, and the search term we're gonna use is gonna be the txt role filter, and we're gonna show only the top 25 items, right? So if there are more than 25, we are just going to prioritize the 25 items, right? In the leads box, we need to specify the value that we want to show. In this case, it's going to be the display name. So now you can see that we show the display name of the users. We can select any of them. We can also scroll through this list box. We are gonna see the first 25 items. If I specify a name, you can see that we filter the values of this list box by the text we specify. Okay, now when we click, we wanna put that value in the text box, right? That's what we need to do now. So we go to the list box, then we go to the onSelect property, and in that select property, what we're gonna do is we are gonna basically update the value of the variable that stores the name of the user, right? So remember the name of the variable was role. Let me just specify this here, role filter user. So the value is gonna be the value of the item that has been selected from the list box, right? So let's put list box role role filter, and this is the name of the list box point, and let's specify selected text, and we are gonna get the value that has been selected. We can specify different properties, but we need the value, which is gonna be the display name actually, right? So yeah, we store that item. So the next time we select one of these, we show the value on the text box. The same, we can scroll down and select any of them, or we can just specify a name here and click here, and automatically are gonna show that value on the text box. Now we need to basically hide this list box. By default, the value of the visible property is true, but we are gonna hide depending on if, for example, if the role filter user is equal to the txt role filter, the value of the text box, we're gonna hide, right? Or if the value of the text box is blank. In any of those cases, we are gonna hide. If not, we are gonna show. So you can see, since the value of the text box is the same as the value of the variable, we hide the list box, right? Now it's working as expected. Now we need to filter the customer's gallery by the value specified on the txt role filter text box, right? Or text input. So we're gonna add an additional filter here. This is gonna be the filter number 6. So let me specify here filter number 6. It's gonna be by role. So this time we are gonna filter the customer's gallery. We are gonna specify a condition, right? So if the txt role filter point text, if this value, right, is blank, if there is no value, right, or basically if it's different than blank, I mean if we have specified a value on the txt role filter, then in that case we are gonna apply a filter, right, which is gonna be for example, in this case we're gonna filter by the name of the account executive. So txt role filter point text, the same is gonna be for any of the roles. So for example, for the sales specialist, we can filter again with the value of the txt. So basically, remember that okay, we are gonna do that for all of those roles. So any value specified on txt is gonna be evaluated through all of the roles in the sales team members. And in case it's not, we are gonna show all of the values that does not are equal to the value of the text box, right? Just the opposite. Okay, so now we can preview and look if it's working. So if I write Jorge, for example, we can see that Jorge is the sales manager of all of these accounts.
Alright, that was all for this video. In our next video, we are gonna build the opportunities by customer section. So if you don't wanna miss those videos, please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any comment or any suggestion, drop me a comment here. So see you in our next videos. Bye!